Welcome to Team Wild. Once again, we're out with Big Steve, SPD Pest Control, and we're out after pigeons. Now, we've been at this farm before and shot some pigeons in the daylight. We've come up this evening to try and get some at night. Steve, he's been on you on the phone, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've had a call off the farmer. Now, the cows are coming in for the winter, so he wants us to have a look, make sure that all the pigeons are gone, because all the grain, everything are in the sheds ready, so they don't want pigeon poo all over it.
Fair dues. Now, we came in last time, we were using air rifles, and again it was daytime. We had a lamp for in the sheds, but we spooked quite a few of them, and they're getting kind of wary because Steve's been up a few times. So we've gone back to the old faithful. I've dug out the old Daystate Huntsman Classic in 177, and I've got the NiteSite NS200. I know this is a lethal combination, so I'm just going to finish getting this rigged up and we're going to get some pigeons.
To help us spot those pigeons in the dark, we'll be using the new NiteSite Spotter, which is sure to give us the advantage. The spotter goes out to around 400 metres and has an easy to use zoom and focus feature. Its internal battery provides up to 2 hours of continued use, and it can also run from an external battery, perfect for scanning barns, outbuildings and fields. With the rifle loaded and ready to go, we set off towards the first barn on the farm. Using the NiteSite Spotter, Steve soon sees a single pigeon on the apex of the beam. I take aim and take my shot. It's a little bit high, but it gets him. The pigeon flies away briefly before dropping to the ground. Another scan of the barn reveals the rest is clear, so we head off towards the second barn. This time we have more luck as there's a larger group of pigeons nesting in this barn. With the aid of the spotter, I quickly dispatch the birds. A mixture of heart and head shots being the order of the day. At these ranges, the 177 has awesome penetration capabilities. Big Steve suggests one more barn to have a look in, and as we walk in we see 2 more pigeons perched on a beam. I pick my bird and fire. My shot is low, but an immediate backup shot and the bird is killed. As it falls, it spooks the other pigeon, which flies away unfortunately. After a pick up of the birds, we head back towards the Team Wild truck before setting off towards a chicken farm that's having some problems with the rats.
Right, let's just had a quick walk around here, bopped a few pigeons. Like I say, I've dropped a few that have gone into the silage bales at the back. I'm happy they're dead, they're all shot dead. So Steve will have a look in the morning, see if he can pick a few of them up. We've got the other ones here. Reckon we're going to have a look at these rats now, do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll go rat in that.
And what do you think of the NiteSite, the spotter?
Yeah, it's good that is, yeah. Yeah, might have to get one.
It's a hell of a tool, isn't it, for pest control, for going around sheds like this.
Oh yeah, it's a good tool for that, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe we might see a fox up at the end.
Might see 3 foxes up there.
We head off to the next farm, and after a short drive we reach it. Both of us are pretty excited to get out there and see what we can find.
Okay, we're up at a chicken farm now. It's a place where they've contacted Big Steve. They want to come up and have a look, just case the joint out. He's going to have a look at it. It could be a contract for him, just to see how many rats are up here and see what there is basically. They're clearing the sheds out tomorrow, so they said if we come up tonight, whatever we shoot will be cleared out tomorrow. Now Steve, you say that these rats are meant to be big?
Yeah, the big rats these are. Big beef rats.
Big beef rats. Going to use exactly the same setup as we've used on the pigeons tonight. The NiteSite NS200 and the Daystate Huntsman with the A&M Moderator, Carbon Fibre Moderator. I can't believe how quiet this is. I mean, all you're hearing is the internals of the gun. It's incredibly quiet.
We move into the first shed and have a look in the chicken scoop to see if there's any rat activity inside. It doesn't take long before we spot 2 rats scurrying about at the back of the coop, but we can't take a shot from this position in case we stress out the chickens.
So just had a look in there where all the chickens are. There's a few rats running about in there, and they're the ones we have to try and get rid of, because we can't have rats and chickens together. Where we're going to go now, we'll lift the boards, have a look under, and hopefully we'll be able to plink a few out.
Steve moves the board to one side as I get into a firing position. It's a tricky and uncomfortable shooting position, and I have to lie down to be able to see in the back of the shed. After scanning the first shed, there's no rats to be seen. We head over to the other shed to have a look, and this time I can see a good number of rats moving about, and I get to work.
Okay, as you see, the first two sheds we went into, we saw a couple of rats, nothing major. Had a bit of look around there. Steve was thinking, not much of a problem. We come up here, under this set here, lifted the board up, and there was loads. I've emptied a mag in there, I've shot 10 shots, I think I've shot and killed 7. I'm just going to check in a minute again, make sure everything's dead there, and then we're going to move on to the other side. There's a lot of rats there, and there's some big ones there, Steve.
Some beef rats in here.
We take a look in the final shed and spot a single rat skulking about in the dark.
We've come back to the shed where there's quite a few rats. We're just going to poke the gun through the side rather than lift up the sides. Just poke the gun through the side and have a look again. It seems to be, that's the only one that got issues. Shot 1 over there, saw 2 earlier on in the other one. This is the one where we're going to see them if we're going to see them.
Again, there are a good number of rats to be seen in this shed. I take aim with the Daystate and once again get down to work. Lying flat on the concrete with my elbows as a rest isn't the best shooting platform I've ever experienced.
Right, we came back to this one like we said we were going to. There wasn't a lot there, obviously we shot quite a few earlier on. We shot about another 4 or 5 I think in there. We're going to head off, swap the NiteSite onto the 22-250 and see if we can get a fox. So this is the Heym SR 21 Precision in 22-250. Now these guns come out of the factory with a test sheet, and I've seen the test sheet, and there's 5 shots and they're touching, it's just like one big hole. So we know these guns can do the business.
I fixed the NiteSite NS200 onto the SR 21 Precision.
I'm using the Hornady 50 grain VMAX with these. I've read a lot about these VMAX rounds. They're a great varminting tool. So it should do the job on Charlie. Should he appear?
We head to the farmer's field where Steve knows a few foxes have been spotted recently. I scan the field and we've got a good view of the hedge. We're hoping to pull a fox out of here. We move into the field and set up our position. We pick a good spot and set up. The field is covered with a thick layer of fog, making it difficult to spot anything with the naked eye, but the NiteSite Spotter is making short work of the fog. We decide to try a squeak with a lamping fox caller, and Steve uses a spotter to see if he can see any fox's eyes glittering back at us. I turn on the NS200 and wait. After a while of observation, Steve spots a quick flash of fox eyes in the head. But before I can get the scope on it, the fox disappears back into the night. With the hour getting late, we decide it's time to call it a night and set off back towards the Team Wild truck. Disappointed that we weren't able to make it a pigeon, rat and fox trilogy, but still happy with the overall night shooting.
So we've had a wander up there after doing the rats. We squeaked one fox in. Must have winded us, something spooked it, whatever. It was coming in, it was about 40 yards at the next field. It maybe just came to the fence, maybe with a good fence. It came to the fence, stopped, we lost it, and we didn't pick it up again, but it didn't come into the field anyway. So I've had a good night, good fun on the rats. Cleared a few of them out. It's a new bit of ground we've come to, so potentially, Steve, it's something that you might take on now. You can.
Yeah, I'll be up tomorrow and tell him. Yeah, we've had a fair few rats out of this shed behind us, so.
Yeah, you know where to concentrate your efforts for sure now. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe to Team Wild TV for all the best hunting shows on YouTube.